Okay, using Nurse in 2v8 mode, I think she is surprisingly one of the weaker killers in this mode. She just can't traverse maps as easily as Billy or Wraith can because they are so big. But let's see how things go. It would have been nice if she'd been exposed, but I think it ran out. Yeah, the only reason to use Billy in this mode is for map traversal. The fact that he can't down survivors with his chainsaw is very stupid. I mean, there's 8 of them. Unless they're all hovering around the same area, you're not going to get a massive amount of survivors down in a quick amount of time. The maps are just too big for that. I really don't see why Billy couldn't have kept his insta-down with the chainsaw. Not the best with Nurse, so hopefully this won't go too badly. Not doing too bad so far. I should probably kick this. I have no idea where she went. And okay, there she is. Nurse's base movement speed is so slow. You can't just simply walk or float around the map and hope to be able to traverse it in any amount of time whatsoever. It'll just take too long. Honestly, with how big these maps are, I think making Nurse 4.6 meters per second wouldn't really... it wouldn't make her overpowered at all. I think it would make her more viable for sure, because these maps are just too huge for a... she's like, I think 3.9 meters per second is her base movement speed, which is slower than Survivors. It's really kind of ridiculous. I don't think this Billy's gotten one survivor. So this is going to be very bad. I cannot carry anyone with Nurse. It's just not going to happen. I've tried. Wraith is the killer I'm most proficient with in this mode, and even then, if my partner is not getting enough downs, there's no way I can carry them with one killer against 8 survivors. I've seen YouTuber, streamer Coconut, RTS, do it with Huntress. He's a Huntress main, and he's actually done it where he, I believe he has a Epic Games account, and he logs into that, queues up with himself as killer. That way, you know, he'll enter the match as Wraith and Huntress. The Wraith will just be standing there because he'll just be controlling Huntress, obviously. So it'll be one killer versus 8 survivors. I don't know how he does it, but he's actually managed to get an 8K in that situation. I mean, his Huntress is unbelievably amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a better Huntress. So feel free to check his channel out because he's got some amazing gameplay on that channel's Huntress, and he actually won he actually 8K'd in a 1v8. Don't know how he did. I just can't imagine doing that, especially with Huntress. If I were to try that, it would be a disaster. My aim is just not good at all. I definitely think Huntress is one of the strongest killers in this mode. The fact that she gets all this aura reading whenever she chases a survivor, and she's able to, you know, with the auras, you're able to pretty much pinpoint the hatchet throws. Yeah, if you're a good Huntress, it'll be quite a sight to behold. I think one of the other problem with the queue times is that I think it's the majority of the problem is the fact that only 5 killers are available to play. And the strongest killers, Wraith and Huntress, are the killers that most people are going to pick. So you're waiting in a match if you pick either of those 2 killers. You're going to be waiting in queue time for a very long time. And I think one of the also one of the problems with queue times is a lot of survivors, there's really not much variety when you play this mode as survivor, because for the most part, you know you're going against a Huntress. You're going against a Huntress at least. What I'm trying to say is, you know, when you queue up for a match and you get into a match, one of the killers is going to be Huntress, for sure. And I think a lot of Survivor players are sick of going against Huntress all the time, because she is one of the strongest killers in this mode. So that could be contributing to the long queue times as well, is it just Survivor players are tired of going against the same 5 killers, and mostly Huntress, because it's usually Huntress and someone else. Like 99% of the matches you queue into, it'll be at least there'll be a Huntress for sure. And that will resolve itself when the developers add more killers to the game. I have no idea why. The developers themselves have said they know why the queue times are bad. It's because I think the major reason is because they've said that there are only 5 available killers to play. And I don't know why they didn't add more killers for this mode. They extended it, but they didn't solve the base issue with it, which was the long queue time. And if they were going to extend it, they should have added more killers. But they'll bring it back, I'm sure, and hopefully they'll add all the other killers. Yeah, this match didn't go too well. He got some downs near the end, but it just wasn't enough. Yeah. Not really good with Nurse, and I just think she's a lot weaker in this mode than she is in the regular game mode. Yeah, Billy is... Billy's not... He's not the easiest either, but in terms of map traversal, he's a lot better than Nurse is. And escapists are another big problem for Nurse. But combination of factors, that match didn't go as well as I would have liked.